Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer embarked on a journey to upgrade their home network, transitioning from a familiar HomeKit-compatible system to this mesh Wi-Fi system. Our reviewer initially harbored some apprehension, particularly regarding the seamless integration of their existing smart home devices, many of which relied on HomeKit. Unlike their previous experience, where simply retaining the same Wi-Fi SSID and password facilitated a relatively smooth transition, this product presented a different challenge. This client found that previously configured devices did not automatically transfer, requiring a complete reinstallation within a new HomeKit home. This necessitated the recreation of their smart home setup, a process our reviewer attributed to the pre-existing HomeKit configuration rather than a fault of the new system itself. However, this client's initial concerns were ultimately mitigated by the system's sophisticated features. Our reviewer discovered and utilized the system's ability to create separate SSIDs for different frequency bands, 2.4 GHz, 5 GHz, and 6 GHz, while maintaining a single subnet. This allowed for the creation of a dedicated 2.4 GHz network specifically for their IoT devices, resolving compatibility issues experienced with the previous router. This clever configuration eliminated the need to constantly switch between frequency bands during the setup of new devices, a significant improvement noted by this client. Maintaining a unified subnet ensured local control and accessibility of all devices within the home network. The system's browser-based interface impressed our reviewer, offering a superior method of device management compared to the iOS app. This client particularly appreciated the ability to easily list and manage devices according to their connected network Ethernet or specific Wi-Fi SSIDs, streamlining the process of renaming and identifying their various smart home components. The browser interface also provides valuable diagnostic information, such as individual device transmission rates, allowing for effective troubleshooting and placement optimization of the mesh nodes. This detailed visibility, combined with the stable performance noted by our reviewer, significantly improved the overall management and monitoring of their home network. This client also highlights the impressive speed capabilities of the system. While not requiring the full potential of its 10 gigabit Ethernet ports currently, our reviewer was pleased to note the high transfer rates achieved over both Wi-Fi and wired connections, reaching speeds exceeding expectations for Wi-Fi 6 and 6E devices, and reaching very impressive transfer speeds when using the 10 gigabit Ethernet port. They noted that this exceeded the performance of the previous system, addressing prior issues such as Wi-Fi dead spots and intermittent connectivity. Although acknowledging the high initial investment, this client concludes that the system's reliability, performance, advanced features, and future-proofing capabilities justify the expense, making it a highly satisfying upgrade overall. This reviewer confidently recommends this product, emphasizing its stable performance and substantial improvement over their prior router experiences.
Cool, let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer purchased this mesh Wi-Fi system to replace a previous, expensive system that proved problematic. Our reviewer found the hardware aesthetically pleasing and the system's features extensive. The user interface was described as highly configurable, comprehensive, and fast. Initially, this client experienced significantly fewer issues than with the previous system, a marked improvement. However, a significant flaw emerged. A Samsung tablet consistently failed to connect to the secondary nodes, child nodes, on the 6 GHz band, while connection to the primary node, parent node, worked flawlessly. This consistent failure on the secondary nodes proved frustrating. Other users, our reviewer noted, had also reported similar connectivity problems with certain Samsung devices. The manufacturer attributed the issue to a hardware problem and requested a return for repair. This client contested this assessment, correctly pointing out that swapping the primary and secondary nodes yielded the same result: successful connection to the primary node, failure to connect to the secondary node. Although a replacement unit was provided, this client remained unconvinced that this would resolve the underlying problem. Further communication with the manufacturer involved a frustrating exchange. Our reviewer reported receiving the same generic troubleshooting steps repeatedly, despite explaining the highly specific and repeatable nature of the issue, affecting only certain Samsung devices. The client's frustration boiled over in an email where they directly challenged the manufacturer to test the system themselves using a compatible Samsung device, rather than repeatedly providing unhelpful, pre-written responses. The manufacturer's response suggested the issue might stem from the Android version on the third-party device and suggested contacting Samsung for a firmware update. This response further fueled this client's dissatisfaction, as they pointed out prior successful connectivity with a different 6E mesh system. They also highlighted the consistent nature of the failure. It occurred regardless of which node acted as the parent or child. They even emphasized that their Samsung devices were already running the latest available Android version, making the suggestion of a firmware update seem insufficient. Our reviewer further pressed the manufacturer to either collaborate with Samsung directly or provide specific technical details about the incompatibility to assist with troubleshooting. Despite this ongoing connectivity problem, the overall performance of the system, outside of the 6 GHz Samsung incompatibility, was praised for its stability and reliability, a significant improvement over the previous system. This client explicitly stated that if the 6 GHz functionality worked consistently with all devices, this would warrant a 5-star rating. A later update to the review indicated a firmware update resolved the Samsung compatibility issues, resulting in an improved rating.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer, a cybersecurity engineer with a background in network and wireless engineering, approached this mesh Wi-Fi system with a discerning eye, seeking both performance and practical features. Our reviewer's previous experience included a high-end tri-band router, but even that device proved inadequate in their new home due to signal limitations. This client emphasizes that advertised square footage coverage for routers is often misleading, as it fails to account for the significant impact of walls, building materials, and interior furnishings on wireless signal strength. Their previous router struggled to provide consistent coverage across a single floor of their under 2,500 square foot home. This mesh Wi-Fi system, however, proved to be the perfect solution. The 2-unit setup provided complete coverage throughout their home, including areas separated by brick walls and floors. Even the farthest reaches of the basement and upper floors, typically challenging areas for Wi-Fi signal, consistently delivered speeds exceeding 500 Mbps with strong signal strength. This client also reports excellent outdoor performance, maintaining speeds exceeding 300 Mbps at 50 feet, with connections still possible at much greater distances. The setup process was remarkably straightforward. This client found the initial configuration intuitive, requiring minimal technical expertise. After connecting the primary unit to the modem and using the accompanying app to create network credentials, the secondary node effortlessly auto-configured itself, requiring only placement within range of the primary unit. Advanced users, however, have access to a multitude of customizable options, including the ability to select backhaul networks, utilizing 6 GHz, 5 GHz, or 2.4 GHz bands, and to prioritize network traffic for specific applications, such as gaming or video streaming. Other noteworthy features include integrated smart VPN capabilities, robust parental controls and monitoring tools, MAC filtering, a built-in firewall and quality of service, (QoS) functionality. The hardware itself boasts impressive connectivity, including a 2.5 GB WAN port and a 2.5 GB LAN port, usable for wired backhaul or as an uplink to other critical devices, as well as additional gigabit Ethernet ports. Our reviewer highlights the system's exceptional speed, ease of configuration, robust security features, and extensive range as major advantages. The aesthetically pleasing design and the absence of external antennas, unlike the previous router, were also appreciated. The consistent speeds and reliability are particularly lauded. The 2-year warranty and readily available support further enhance the overall value proposition. Scalability is noted as a key strength. However, this client mentions a significant drawback: the high cost. While the dual-unit setup justifies some of the expense, the price point likely makes this product inaccessible to many potential customers. The absence of USB ports, a feature present in some competing products, is also cited as a minor disadvantage. Overall, this client's experience suggests that while expensive, this mesh Wi-Fi system delivers exceptional performance and features for users who require top-tier network coverage and security. But the price will be a significant barrier to entry for most consumers. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next one.